Hello and welcome to this tutorial for LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 through 4. In this video we are going over the lesson Riddikulus, which is a very quick lesson, so I'm only going to go over this once, but to start off with we have a couple of permutations to explore, as this is the point where the any percent route and the no levels early route join up again. We'll start off as this is being played on a save file which has completed 3-1 and doesn't skip it. We'll start off explaining the no levels early way of getting to the classroom. And the way you do this is very simple. Player 2 is going to come over this way, or whichever player you have dropped in. Normally you'll finish 3-1 with one character. In which case, you can either choose to drop them in and do a bit of time save in the lesson itself, which I'll explain, or you can keep them dropped out. But either way, they're going to head over this way and do the DADA jump again. So once again, drop inputs and buffer the jump, like so, to be able to get up. That one's pretty simple. But here's the one to explain. If you have... if you're playing any percent and you've completed this on a file which has just completed 2-CSS, the castle will not look like this with this room being available, because you'll be in a glitch state of year 2. And the way to resolve that glitch state of year 2 is to go into the potions room. And you spawn kind of with your characters like this. So the way you actually do this is just move with player 2, jump down here, and this transition here, the potions transition, is the only transition that will be active at this point. Every other transition will not be able to be accessed right now. So you go into the potions room, then with player 1, leave the potions room, and then you can do a different jump to get up to the lesson. When you leave the potions room, it will load this version of the year 3 castle. You will always start on the red spell with both characters when you come back into this room. And then to basically get back up, you can do a different version of a Lumos jump. From this table here, you can Lumos jump and buffer onto these books. And then from these books, it's kind of just a left input to get on top of the torch, and then from there you can get over. And that's how you get up a bit quicker. Either way, once you've done that, you can enter the lesson itself. And so I'm going to explain a bit about the lesson. This lesson is actually quicker with with one player dropped in, because you can do what's known as animation interrupting. Basically, with the spell Riddikulus, when you use it on a character, not on a character, on an item like a boggart, they will then like have an animation which plays out, and then you can finally do whatever you need to do beyond that. But actually, if you do this, if you do this animation interrupt, which is quite easy to do, what you can do is you can skip some of that. So the first thing you want to do, if you have 2 players dropped in, this is a tiny bit of time save you can do. Basically, we are going to use Hermione on the right for these ones and Ron on the left. But what we can do is, if your players are this way, you can get Ron to about this area here, and then drop him out, and the AI moves him into the perfect position to be able to animation interrupt with Ron. The animation interrupts with Ron are a lot more difficult to do, but by being able to get them, you save more time as well. But all the interrupt itself is that you come up to the boggart itself, X aim it, and then you want to release X and switch immediately. And you see McGonagall gets hit, goes back into the closet, but you see Hermione's got 1 out of 3 ticks, and you need to get 3 with each character. Ron is positioned kind of on this half in, half out position here. Which means he is also in a good position to do the animation interrupting. With Hermione, you can do it from anywhere. With Ron, you have to be kind of half in, half out for it to work. But again, release and switch, and you see Ron gets a tick. Do it again with Hermione. Hermione gets a tick. And again with Ron, Ron gets a tick. And again with Hermione. Hermione gets a tick. And again with Ron. Ron gets a tick. And that's all there is to the lesson. Once you do that 3 times, the lesson is complete, so that's it. There is kind of one little, I guess, caveat to this. If, for example, Ron is standing here, I could show what will happen now. So instead, to get the 3 ticks on each character, what you do is obviously you do the first one with Hermione. At the moment Harry's in, so I won't have to switch twice. But then you don't get it with Ron. What you actually do is with Hermione, you're going to do the animation interrupt and switch back to Hermione. So you do Hermione twice. And then switch to Ron. And then Ron does this one, and then the animation will resolve for this one. Unfortunately, it's taken its time because we're outside the lesson now. But that is the quickest way to be able to basically back up this room. So it'll be Hermione, and then if Ron's animation skip fails, then do Hermione 2 more times, and then Ron once and twice. And that is the level. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Nice simple level this time. And I'll see you in the next video.